Banky special.
Yeah.
Pure deliciousness.
Pure deliciousness, man. My name is Banky, man. Everybody calls me Banky. That's the name that I got from my grandmother when I was young. I'm coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts.
Shout out to everybody out there on Team Banky Pound, man. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the support. Boom, boom. We out here. Don't forget that hook. Duck them hooks. We out here, man. 33 years of prison stories, man. Appreciate all the love. All the people who subscribe, like, share my videos. We rolling, we out here. We out here. Oh, man, I was just thinking today about snatching, man. Snatching, that's what we call in prison. We call snatching ASS, pulling ASS, campaigning. You know, what we talking about now is dudes who talk tough and they ain't tough. Dudes who get away with running their mouth, but it only lasts for a certain amount of time. You got a lot of dudes like that in prison, man. A lot of dudes, because the pressure to keep that pressure off of you is serious, you know. So a lot of dudes come to prison and they feel like if they put on a tough persona, they get themselves a old tough name, they got a little size, they can talk their way through prison, right? It ain't gonna work. It's not gonna work, you know. Sooner or later, somebody gonna call your bluff. Sooner or later, you gonna have to put some work in. You know, you gonna have to pick that Bethlehem up. You gonna do something. You gonna have to do something to prove that this stuff is real. You know, because in prison, you just got dudes that's gonna try you. It don't make no difference. It don't matter how big you is. It don't matter if you came in off the street and you done killed 5 people. You done, you know, shot up. It don't make no difference because in prison, you know, only the strong is gonna survive. It's just that simple. You gonna have to prove it, you know. And what you did on the street does not apply in prison. It does not count. You know, that's erased. Dudes don't care because on the street you got guns. On the street you can escape. On the street you can go to another city. On the street you got all your buddies. You know, that don't apply in prison. It does not apply in prison, man, and dudes don't care. And then you got thrill seekers. You got dudes who try to reputation takers. You know, they wanna take your reputation from you so they can put it on them. Oh yeah, he's supposed to be bad. Oh yeah, I'm gonna try him. I can get out on him. Yeah, okay, watch. Yeah, and you got dudes like that. So you know, it's work in prison, man. You gonna have to put that work in. It ain't no getting around it, you know. And I known a lot of dudes, man, over the years, and it be funny, man. To me, it always been funny, you know, when they get exposed, you know. And I've seen them, man, and I've laughed and I've tripped off of them because they've been getting away so long, talking tough, acting tough, and somebody call they bluff and come to find out they ain't even really about their life at all, you know. And just thinking about I can remember one of the first dudes. Man, I spoke about this dude before in a video. I know I did because it was just so funny and so hilarious that, you know, he was getting away so long, acting tough. I mean, you know, he had the look. You know, he had the mean look. He had the talk. He had the little size on him. He used to run his mouth all the time. He'd jump straight in. Man, what you say? Man, I'll knock you. Man, you better get... And but he never did nothing. You know what I'm saying? He made a lot of noise and did nothing. You know what I'm saying? Did a whole bunch of nothing. You know what I'm saying? So you got them dudes like that, man. They'll talk loud, bark loud, and act like they gonna do all this, and then they come there too, they gonna do a bunch of nothing. You understand me? So yeah, he was like that, man. And he played basketball. He was semi good in basketball. He was left-handed. He used to shoot, but every time he get on that court, he used to get to talking and running his mouth about, man, you better stop fouling me, boy. I'm telling you, you better stop fouling me. I'm telling you, I'm gonna knock you out. He be shaking dudes up. They was scared. They was intimidated because his size, and they called him Frank Nitty. So, you know, it's a lot of Frank Nitties in penitentiary, especially in Virginia. It was a lot of Frank Nitties. The one that I'm talking about in particular, this is a different one. Now, I just told y'all about another Frank Nitty out of Roanoke. Shout out to him. Frank Nitty won't do no snatching. Frank Nitty would carry you up to the upper room. Yeah, he'd take you straight up there. He won't do no playing. Frank was the video I told y'all about when they robbed him and he came back with his boy and he put that work in and shut the compound down, right? But this Frank Nitty, he ran his mouth all the time, stayed on the basketball court, shaking dudes up, running his mouth. And man, I'm telling you, he got out there one day, man, and this little young dude was checking him and he all up on him. He ain't letting them get no work. He ain't letting them get nothing. He's staying on. So Frank mad because he can't get off. He can't make no shots because old boy on him. You know what I'm saying? Old boy is on him. So he airborne. You better get off me, punk. I'm telling you, you know, he all of that. I'm gonna F you up. I'm telling you. So old boy ain't say nothing. He just keep on checking him hard. So man, he go up for a shot. And Frank airborne, bang. You know what I'm saying? He fall back, he shoot the shot, so he push Frank. Man, Frank try to run up on him, bing, bing. He punched Frank, man. Frank ain't know what to do. Frank bag up like, huh, and he come on, the dude like, yeah, come on. Frank try to charge him, bing, bing, bing. Frank like, I mean, he don't know what to do. Pew, he take off running. Dude started chasing him. So dude chasing him, and I'm telling you, man, you can't make this up, man. Dude is chasing him now. He acting all tough. He been getting away with this for God knows how long. I mean, the whole time I had been around for a year plus, and God knows how long he been getting away with it before then. So dude chasing him now. Dude done punched him all in his stuff. He bleeding out the mouth and the nose. He running. Dude take off, start chasing him. He running, man. This man literally is running and being chased. And this is what he's saying when he being chased. And I just never forgot it because to me it was just so funny. The dude chasing him. He like, you better stop chasing me. I'm going to get a knife. Man. Out here what y'all calling is memes. That would have been a meme, man. It became a meme in prison. After that, man, his reputation was gone. Everybody used to say, oh, I'm going to get a knife. Man, it was crazy, man. And man, he couldn't recover from that. You know what I'm saying? At least not on that institution. Man, dude started joking him. He ain't come back out to see the dude. The dude won't in our block. Frank was in my block. They dude won't in our block. Man, dudes put little signs on his door. He tried to stay in the cell. Dudes put a little sign over top of his door. I'm going to get a knife. Man, you coward. You know, hey, man, his reputation went from here, you know, where dudes was unsure. They didn't know what he would do, if he'd do something, if he was like that or not because of his persona, to rock bottom. No respect. None. Zero. Ain't nobody respecting dudes that was usually shook up by him, or he say, oh, wait, man, dude, man, F you, man. You better get out of my face, man. You know, I mean, it was dead. You know what I'm saying? It was gone. That's what happened. Like I told y'all before in these videos, man, one thing about prison, man, it ain't like politics out here on the street. You know, out here on the street, you can keep campaigning, you might not never get elected. In prison, if you keep campaigning, you gon' get elected. You can lay flat and believe that. You gon' get elected, man, because somebody is gonna try you. It may be a crazy dude. It may be, I mean, you might be about that life, but people don't know until they test it. Somebody's gonna test it in prison. You're not gonna go untested. I don't care who you are. You can come in there looking like Arnold Schwarzenegger in 76. Somebody gonna feel like I can whoop him. You know, so it's just gonna happen. So man, yeah, man, Frank, he was through, man. He ended up getting out the block. you know what I'm saying, end up going in the hole for some foolishness, which we call a little fake check-in move, and end up going to another compound. And he probably went straight to another compound with that gorilla stuff. So yeah, it be like that, man. And I've seen the best of them, man, or what was considered or perceived to be the best of them, get their card pulled, man, and get tested, and they don't answer the bell, man. And I mean, throughout my entire bit, and it's funny. It's funny to me because some of the dudes, me personally, after I had been locked up for a certain amount of time, I could look at them and see them. I don't care what their physical makeup was. I don't care how tough they talk. I don't care what people said about them. I could look a man in his eye and I could see if he was really about that life. So I used to sit back and watch for some of them to get exposed sometime, man. It was just crazy to me, and it was always amusing to me. And to me, it was always overdue. You know what I'm saying? Somebody should have been pulled this card. But, man, they be getting exposed like that on a regular basis, man. I've been on compounds. That was on Augusta with Frank. I've been on plenty of compounds like that, man, when dudes, they seemingly have a reputation, but it's more so less for jawbone and running their mouth. They ain't never put in no work. They ain't never hurt nobody. They ain't never got no history of violence. People start doing background checks on you, man, like you applying for something, Dudes like, well, why dudes get in? What he did? Who he messed up? Who he hit? Who he stabbed? Nobody, man. Well, what this joker talking about? Yeah, they'll do all of that. And then next thing you know, somebody be pulling up on you, or the next time you verbalize yourself out loud or say something, somebody gonna test you. You know what I'm saying? They gonna test your gangster in there. They gonna see if you serious or if you not. And man, I seen it, man. I remember I was on Greensville, man. Had this big old Bama, man. And it be some big dudes too, man. There be some dudes like physically, if you look at them and they talk loud, you be like, oh yeah, but they don't be like that. They don't be like that. Don't judge a book by its cover, because I know some of the smallest dudes in the system, and I mean little dudes, man, and they will end you. They will take you up out of here, man. I mean, I know some little small dudes that can rumble. I know some small dudes that'll push that Bethlehem in you. I mean, all kinds, Shout out to Lil Rick, man. Lil Rick from Roanoke. I remember Lil Rick, man. Lil Rick is like 5'3", 5'4" or something, man. He was one of the best basketball players on the compound. Little like that, but he was nasty with that ball. But, man, Rick had a small man complex, man. He was knocking Bammers out 2 times his size, man. I mean, because he going to take off first, and he ain't playing with it. He going to give you the business. You know what I'm saying? Rick will be mad and, throw the ball in your face and bam, follow it up with a straight right hand. He was knocking dudes out. So it ain't the size, but normally when you in prison, it's just like the administration. The administration scared of big dudes. They scared of them because they cowards themselves for the most part, and they don't want no parts of big dudes, especially a big dude that's running his mouth and talking tough. I had just told y'all about the dude right before I got out, Debo. I had a little confrontation with him, and he going by the name Debo. Now Debo was huge. Stayed on the weight pile all day, every day. Bark loud, one of them big old voices. Man can't fight a stroke. he can't fight a stroke. In the situation that I had with him, man, shout out to Unique, because Unique saved your life. He saved your life because I was getting ready to give him the business. I wasn't playing with him. He's so big, I don't know if he can fight or not, but I'm not even going to find out, because I'm gonna put that Bethlehem in him. I'm going to get it over with. I ain't going to be even taking no chances. But, thank God it didn't go to that, thanks to Unique. But, man, and then not long after that, I told y'all about the situation where he run his mouth with the Muslims. Man, the Muslims, the Muslims almost beat that man to death. They almost beat that man to death in the hallway running his mouth. He get to argue with one Muslim and he don't, he ain't understanding. Them dudes is not playing, especially when they serious about they deen. They own they deen. They not playing. Man, they caught that man in the hallway and crushed him. You understand? Crushed him. He come running up in the pod, shirt ripped all up, blood all coming from everywhere. Tell me, yeah, they jumped me. Yeah, that's all right. I'ma do. He ain't do nothing. He did a whole bunch of nothing. You know what I'm saying? Running his mouth. He did a whole bunch of nothing. And this is what these dudes do. They be snatching. They gonna do a whole bunch of nothing. Their whole defense is in their mouth. Their whole defense is trying to keep you off of them by barking, but they ain't got no bite. You understand? They got no bite. Debo was one of them. You know, I remember being on Greensville with another dude, man. He was big as I don't know what to, running his mouth, talking trash one day, trying to bogart the microwave. And little skinny dude, man, just as skinny as a beanpole, was like, man, I'm next in the microwave. He said, man, you ain't next in no microwave, man. You better get on up out here. And actually pushed the dude to the side and closed the door and went to hit the button to cut the microwave on. As soon as he go hit the button and cut the microwave on, bang, bang, dude just take off on him. Bang! He stumbled to the side. Oh, you hit me! You hit me! Ah! All this loud noise, and dude ain't pay that no mind. Dude just charged straight into him, swinging. Mop, mop, mop. And dude really, little skinny dude really ain't had no technique or nothing. He swinging wild, but them Jones hitting. And he bagging up and he fall down. Dude get on top of him and just start banging him. Now the only thing that he had, I will give it his defense, he was strong. You know, and most of them big Bammers they strong. So he grabbed the little dude, and once he grabbed him, he could more or less manipulate him and do what he want. So he grabbed him, rolled over on top of him, but he couldn't even fight. He didn't even know how to hit the dude, man. He's swinging, man. The little hits he hitting is like little children hits, man. And he on top of them, dudes hollering, man, let him up, let him up, let him up. So they in the corner fighting and rumbling, but the people can't see him in the booth. So that's another thing I told y'all. That's what goes on in the penitentiary, man. Ain't nobody come and save you, man. Them people be up in the booth on the phone, socializing, running their mouth, not even paying attention. You could be out there getting the Bethlehem put in you repeatedly, and you just a dead man. You know, if you can't defend yourself, you just a dead man, because they not gonna save you. You know, they is unaware of mostly everything that goes on in there, because they uninterested. They worried about being on the phone. They worried about socializing. They not worrying about you and your life. It means nothing to them, you know. But man, they was tussling around and rolling around, man. And little dude, man, he had some scrap in him, man, cause in order to get him off of him, he bit him. And when he bite him, dude started hollering, and he let him go. When he let him go, he was able to back away from him and get up and start putting the mitts on him again. Bang, bang, bang. Man, this big dude just bagged up in the corner and just balled up like a little girl, man. It was crazy, man. And man, needless to say, his reputation was over. Yeah, his reputation was dead from there. And you know, once them dudes get their reputation dead and they gone, they out of there, man. They move out the block. You know what I'm saying? They always find a way to get away, because now they've been exposed. So all the game and all the pressure you've been putting on people is gone. You don't have that no more. You don't have that mystique. You don't have that aura of invincibility no more. Once you lose that, man, the floodgates open, man. Everybody disrespecting you. Everybody calling you outside your name. Everybody, if they owe you something, you definitely ain't gonna get paid. I mean, it's just a total transformation. But when you have a run and you can get away with it, man, that's when when you can get away with it, it's all good. But it ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun, man. But once you get exposed, that's a wrap. But I've been around dudes too that got exposed, and they still keep on trying to put the gangster persona on. They still get away with it to a certain extent with certain people. But for the masses already know that you snatching. You know, I told y'all when I made parole, I was on there with Beast. And shout out to Beast, man, because Beast ain't really no bad dude when it come down to it, but he's an awesome super snatcher, man. The man is called Beast because he's big as I don't know what. He can lift everything out there on the weight pal. He talk loud, he bark loud. But man, when he up against the proper opposition, man, he at heart, man, he's a coward, man. He can't fight. He can't fight a stroke. You know, all that size, all that strength, and he just can't fight. But he feel like because he's so big and so strong that he talk like that. He talk tough. He talk loud. He talk aggressive. You know, And he in the business where he gonna have problems because he loan out stuff. He sell stuff. He make food and sell. He do all of this. So dudes is not gonna pay you when they don't respect you. So he gets in these altercations about dudes owing him money. But what he started to do when he realized he'd been exposed and he can't fight, because he probably like, since I was on the compound, and I don't know what happened before I got there, but since I was on the compound, he like 0-7. You know what I'm saying? He like 0-7. He will fight, but he can't fight. And he like 0-7. I mean, I done seen dudes whoop a man, and I seen my little homeboy, shout out to Knockout, used to be my son. Knockout beat him senseless, you know, and Knockout about 5'7", about a ball 40. Beat him senseless. Running his mouth to Knockout. Knockout came out there and told him, come on in the back. And he went back there like a fool and came back, knotted all up, looking like the Elephant Man. Knockout beat him senseless. So he can't fight, but what he'll do there, being that he had a business, he wouldn't even sell you nothing unless you had cash and carry. In prison, what we call cash and carry, mean you gotta have the money right there. Normally, everything in prison, you can go on credit. You can go on your word, because dudes know if you break your word, they're gonna break your neck. You know what I'm saying? Oh, let me get this at store day. Okay, store day come, you ain't got it, then you better be prepared to fight or defend yourself. So dudes would give you things on your word in prison because the bar is understood. Everybody know what time it is. If you ain't got the money, you got drama. So Beast won't even do that no more, because now he's been exposed and he know that dudes is not gonna pay him because they know he can't fight. So Beast ain't gonna give you nothing unless you got the money right there to pay for it right then and there. Cash and carry. You give me the cash, you can carry this away. That's what we call in prison, cash and carry. So Beast ain't gonna do that, but he'll do it with the white dudes. He'll do it with the little skinny, little black dudes, the new dudes, the nerd. He gonna do it with anybody he think he can put that pressure on if they don't pay him. If it's a dude that he think may not pay him, oh no, man, no, you got to, no, I ain't got it. I ain't got it, man. You got to get, I need the money right now. He do it because he know that the dude don't buck on him, you know. But at the same time, on any given day, man, you can see him barking on somebody, man. The little white dude barking on the police, barking on little small dudes. And dudes be looking at him like, man, shut up, man. You ain't gonna do nothing. Yeah, all right, okay. You know, but he not. He gonna do a bunch of nothing. You know what I'm saying? He gonna do a bunch of nothing, man. But, you know, that's the nature of prison, man. But also, too, you know, on a serious note, I mean, snatching, man, and campaigning, that'll get you killed, man. It'll get you killed in prison, because you can scare a dude into thinking that you built like that, and you not. And that you will make that person respond with deadly force. And when he respond with deadly force, it may cost you your life. Because you out here pump faking and acting like you built like that, trying to scare people, and you can scare somebody into killing you. You understand me? So, you know, like I say, don't nobody want to get hurt. I don't care who you are. I don't care how tough you are. I don't care how bad you are. I personally feel like dudes in prison or anywhere in life that's ultraviolet, I think they're ultraviolet due to the fear of getting hurt. So they rather be, you know what I'm saying, the giver than the receiver, you know. And I'm speaking personally for myself. I always had a fear of getting hurt. I ain't want to be nobody walking around with no one eye. I ain't want to be nobody, you know, wondering what it feel like to have the Bethlehem plunged into my chest, and am I gonna live, or I'm laid up in ICU somewhere fighting. I ain't want to be that person. You see what I'm saying? So the fear of being that person made me be the other person. You understand? And you know, so that's just my philosophy. I don't know if everybody thought like that. That's how I thought. You know, and that fear drove me to a state of mind where I'm going to do anything to make sure that I can secure me, because I understood and acknowledged that I ain't got but one life, one body, you know what I'm saying, one shot on this earth. And if you going to take it, then you coming with me, or I'm going to try to make sure you go alone. You understand? So that was my, a big part of my motivation. And then on top of that, just my pride and my character, you know, that I'm just not gonna let nobody do anything to me, say anything to me, or something like that. But I can speak for me. I don't know if everybody else felt like that, but I do feel personally that all men are afraid of that danger. They're afraid of getting hurt, afraid of getting killed, you know what I'm saying, or injured, you know, beyond repair. So I believe that that is a driving force to most people who, you know, are ultra aggressive, you know, and proactive in any type of altercation. They gonna, you know, they gonna make a move first, you know, to make sure that they safe. So but when you dealing with dudes that be talking that crazy stuff and you don't know where they coming from, you don't know if they serious or not, and you dealing with a dude like that who has that type of mindset, like, okay, this dude gonna hurt me, so I'm gonna go ahead on and do what I gotta do. That can get you hurt. You know what I'm saying? A la Raymond, Big Raymond, you know, he put me in a state of mind where as to if I believe what he was saying, which I did, that he was gonna kill me, and I'm looking at his physical makeup, and I'm looking at his size, and I'm looking at the way people fear him, why would I sit around and wait for him to do what he said he gonna do? I would be a fool. You know, I may not be here sitting here talking to y'all right now. So that's what I mean. Like, you can push somebody into harming you, and you can push somebody into taking your life by being out here, you know, perpetrating somebody that you not, acting like you a gangster, acting like you a killer, acting like you gonna do something to somebody, and you gonna mess around and make somebody actually do something to you. So, you know, that's the down side of snatching, man, or snatching ASS, or pulling, or, you know, campaigning like you a tough guy. If you not no tough guy, if you ain't about that life, because there's a whole lot that come with being a tough guy. You know, if you ain't that, don't portray that, man. Just be who you are. And, you know, if you got beef or if you got something coming at you, man, just handle it, you know, to the best of your ability. Handle it with a way that you can be satisfied. But you ain't never got to promote yourself as being tough. You ain't never got to promote yourself as being, you know, a gorilla, you know, because all that promotion comes with a whole lot of commotion. You can believe that. So, yeah, I've seen them, man. I've seen them over the years. I've seen them get exposed. I've seen them get hurt. I've seen them go out there on helicopters, you know, fighting for their life, all because they wanted to act like they was tough when they had no fight in them, man. None whatsoever. You know, and that's why a lot of dudes in prison lift weights and build up their physical physique, because they can scare people into, you know, not wanting to have confrontation with them. And sometimes that works to your advantage, and sometimes it works to your disadvantage. Because like I say, you can run, but you can't hide in prison. You know what I'm saying? You can talk, but you're going to have to end up putting some work in. It ain't going to be no in-between in there, because you got every type of makeup of men in prison that you can imagine. And somebody is going to see through your charade. Somebody is going to call your bluff. Somebody is going to step to you. And if you do not handle it emphatically, and if you do not handle it brutally and viciously, then everything you've said out of your mouth has been exposed, and people will say, oh, he ain't like that for real. And the floodgates is going to come, man. It's going to come, man. It's a dog-eat-dog world in prison, man. It is, man. And people will eat your lunch every day if you do not stop them, you know. But, man, like I say, it's funny to me that I have seen a lot of dudes, man, get exposed. And I have seen dudes who talk that talk, and people didn't know if they could walk that walk, and they crossed that line, and they done got smashed and savaged themselves, because you have humble people that have reputations as well. You know, like, this dude, and people be a little skeptical. They don't know if he can do something, if he won't. But whenever you have altercation with him, or whenever you have words with him, he's emphatic, but he's not loud. He's not boisterous. He like, man, don't come at me with that foolishness. And that alone is like a quiet aura of the unknown. People will be, and people have tried him and found out that he quiet for a reason, you know. But when he make a move, it's loud and it's emphatic. You know, I've seen all of the scenarios in prison, man, every one of them. But the bottom line is, man, you got to be who you are. Don't pretend to be who you don't intend to be. Especially not in prison, man, because sooner or later it's gonna come to light, man. And whatever you are, that's who you gonna be at the end of the day. And if you ain't willing to to hurt somebody, man, and to do whatever you got to do to protect yourself, the best thing you can do is mind your business and keep your mouth closed. You know, keep your mouth closed. Handle whatever come to you. You ain't never got to look for drama in the penitentiary because it's always available for you. And it's going to come knocking at your door before it's all over with anyway. And you handle that the way you're supposed to handle it when it comes to you. But don't get out there and get to running your mouth and get to trying to keep people off you and think that that's going to work, because that's going to turn around and backfire on you in prison for sure. But anyway, man, I was just rambling this morning. I wanted to talk to y'all about that because I was talking to somebody else about it, and it was kind of funny to me. All the dudes that I've seen get exposed over the years for running their mouth, acting like a tough guy when they was the furthest thing from it, and they end up doing a bunch of nothing. You understand me? A bunch of nothing. So, yeah, man, don't campaign, man, you know, because you might get elected, man. Be who you are, man, and just stand on that, man, and be the best you can be. With that being said, man, y'all be safe out there, be smart, make good decisions, man. And like I say, it's a blessing in every lesson, man. And the blessing is, man, you know, there is no shame in who you are, man. No matter who you are, there is no shame in that, man. That's the blessing, man. You know, don't perpetrate something that you're not, because you never know what that can bring about to your life, man. And you never know in prison, man, it could actually end your life. So be who you are, man. Be happy with who you are. Protect you at all costs, and let the chips fall where they may. But in the meantime, in between time, salute to everybody out there on TBP. Y'all stay tuned, man. We got more things coming. We got more stories, man. I'm going to revisit some of these people that y'all want me to revisit. And hit me in the comments, man. Talk to me. I talk back. Y'all let me know what y'all want to hear, what we want to talk about. I got some new ideas that I'm going to run by y'all real soon, too, because we're going to build this platform. We're trying to build it. We're trying to make sure that it grows. We're trying to make sure that it reaches all the people that it need to reach. We want to spread this positive energy everywhere. I appreciate everybody who support me, everybody who rock with me. Stay tuned, man. Big things popping. Boom, 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 boom. And duck that hook, man. They out there. They everywhere.
The Banky special.
Yeah.
Pure deliciousness.
Pure deliciousness, man. My name is Banky, man. Everybody calls me Banky. That's the name that I got from my grandmother when I was young. I'm coming out here after 30 years. Yeah, I ain't got nothing, but I'm gonna have something because I'm rich in personality, you know, and I'm rich in love. My family love me, and that's really all that counts.